Hello and welcome. My name is Maze. This is Maze Core. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. If you guys aren't subscribed, please subscribe and don't forget to give this a like. Please, please, please hit that thumbs up. Help this channel grow, and let's get to the video. So I recently was talking to a friend of mine, and I was kind of telling them about some stories, just through being friends. Told them some stories of my past, of how I handled bullying, and I've told them some current stories of bullies in my life. Bullies. I'll explain the air quotes later. But he thought I should share it with y'all, so that's what I'm doing. So, when I was younger, I got bullied a lot for being stupid. So, I knew I wasn't stupid, though I did struggle in school a lot. And these people would come up to me and they'd be like, "You're stupid." And I go, "No, I'm not stupid, I'm dyslexic." And they go, "Yeah, that's what stupid is." And then I would try to say something back to them to try to explain to them what dyslexia was. And then I realized that I didn't know what dyslexia was myself. I think a lot of times people with disabilities, including myself as a child, believe that we have this kind of entitlement. Just because we go through something means we understand it. No, that's not the case at all. You can be told you're dyslexic, you know you're different, but in the eyes of someone with a disability, unless they're told otherwise, they would think that what they go through is normal. If you were a blind person and no one ever told you that you were blind, you never knew that other people could see, you would think it'd be normal to not be able to see anything. So, anyhow, after this event with a bully, I decided to educate myself. And so I started reading book after book after book on dyslexia, on other learning disabilities, dyspraxia, dyscalculia, autism, Down syndrome, processing disorders, you name it. I was reading it. And so the next time someone came up to me and they were like, "You're stupid," I said, "Well, actually, I'm dyslexic." And they go, "Well, yeah, that means you're stupid." And I go, "Well, actually, it's funny that you mention that, because in order to be diagnosed as a dyslexic, you have to have at least an average IQ, and the majority of dyslexics have an above average IQ, if not higher." And they wouldn't really know how to respond to that a lot of the times. So one of my healthy techniques, because I had plenty of bad techniques as a child on handling bullies. And so this is one of the good things I learned, and how to handle a bully, was I just presented the facts. I was just more articulate, I was more factual, and I didn't point the finger at them. I didn't need to. So that was one thing I learned. And I've met a lot of people who will talk about their childhood and they'll be like, "Yeah, I'm glad I was bullied because," and there are these people, "I'm glad I was bullied because it made me into a stronger person." And while I think that's great that bullying makes some people stronger, I don't think that's really the case for me. I don't think being bullied ever made me stronger. There are other things in my life that made me stronger, but bullying wasn't one of them. However, what bullying did do was it taught me how to be proactive with people. It taught me different patterns of different people. Everybody has their kind of different flow of patterns socially. And it also taught me how to be wiser in conversation and in conflict especially. So later on in my life, I went through a period where I didn't want anything to do with conflicts. And then I got into retail and it was kind of unavoidable. And I just learned to be smart. I never pointed the finger at other people. I don't ever point the finger at other people. Because the moment you do that, you stoop down to their level. I never use curse words at these people who are attacking me or attacking other people, because I've always been very good about standing up for other people. I haven't always been good about standing up for myself. That's something I learned later in life. But recently, one of the other stories I have for you guys is recently I had a person online who was quote unquote bullying me. And the reason why I use air quotations is because I don't really feel like I'm being bullied ever. I have a lot of people online who I guess you could consider bullies, but they don't really affect me. So I just don't feel like I'm being bullied, even if that is the case. On the other app I'm on, Spoon, I actually have a couple people who will come into my live specifically because they don't like some of my opinions and specifically just to harass me. And I let them stay. And they are being mean to other people, then that's when I draw the line. There are certain times where I'm just not feeling it. But if I go back to my Spoon account, and I truly do not have a single person who is blocked on my account. I block users just to kick them out of my streams if they're not behaving correctly, if they're not being kind to other people, if they're breaking the guidelines. But I don't keep them blocked because I do believe that people change and people have bad days. But there is a person on this app, and I'm not a person to give out names or anything like that, so I'm not going to name this person or anything like that. But there is a person on the app who doesn't like me because she doesn't like my opinion, and that's okay. Like, she doesn't have to like my opinion. A lot of people don't, and that's fine. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and I'm not going to hate on you guys. If you guys choose to hate on me, then honestly, that's you're stressing out yourselves out for no reason. But anyhow, this person was essentially, I'm not going to get into the whole thing of all the things that they were saying to me, but the conversation essentially ended with they're going, I'm not joking, because she was responding to someone else. She goes, I'm not joking, and Maze, don't you have a mustache to brush? Or comb, whatever. And I was like, you got me. Because I've just gotten to this point where if someone says something as outrageous as that, like look at me, look at my mustache. I mean, it's a crazy mustache. Can't you see it? Do I need to bring out a magnifying glass for you guys? Like, it's a nice mustache. But it was just so ridiculous, and it was such like a mean girl comment that I was just like, I'm not even gonna try to defend myself. Like, why? So I was just like, you got me. And then the next thing I did was I actually made a cast. I made a cast, so it's basically saved live on this app Spoon. And you guys can check out these casts if you want. They're, maybe I'll link a couple down below. I think they're funny. I'm sorry if you guys think they're cringe. They might be cringe. But I started making these casts on my mustache. I purposely made a new Bitmoji because I use my Bitmoji on Spoon a lot. I made a new Bitmoji in a guy form because you can't have facial hair in the girl Bitmoji. So I made a guy version of myself, and I gave myself a mustache and a goatee. And I made a cast about it called I Must Ask You a Question. And that was how I handled a bully. Essentially, this person was just coming at me. I never said anything rude to them. I mean, I even had the receipts. I don't really care to, but my point being is I was the bigger person. A lot of times I think it's really important to always be the bigger person, especially if someone's coming at you, because if you just stoop down to their level, then first off, that's not, as a Christian, that's not something that Jesus teaches me. That's not something that is taught in the Bible, to stoop down to other people's levels. So, and then also, like, if you stoop down to their level, you're just as bad as them, and you basically lose the conversation. That's kind of how I feel. And, like, with this person specifically, we have disagreements politically. That's why they don't like me, which is fine. We have disagreements politically, and they can't attack my ideas, so instead they attack me as a person. So if you truly don't agree with someone's opinions, don't take it out on them personally. That's just childish high school drama. Start talking about their ideas, how their ideas are flawed. Try to change their mind. Maybe even try to change your own. Learn from each other, have discussions rather than debates. But going back to bullying, I don't even know if this person will ever see those casts that I made, which, by the way, my first cast about I must ask you a question got number 1 on the ranking list that day. And I've never, at least that I'm aware of, I've never gotten number 1 for cast before. So it was kind of crazy that I did this as a joke and it ended up being like a thing that people liked. So that was pretty crazy. Super happy for everybody who supported that because it's just straight up nonsense. But like I think the question was, is water wet? I was like, I must ask you a question. Is water wet? So it was super like just dumb humor, but fun and lighthearted. And I never made it to attack this person. I mostly did it to make fun of myself. And I don't make fun of myself. Like, obviously, if you look, like, maybe with a magnifying glass, you'll be able to find a mustache. So I didn't take it seriously. It was just more so like, you can't get me down. You can't bring me down. Your words mean nothing, especially if you're attacking me as a person and not my ideas. But yeah, I think that's what we need to learn as people, is to stop attacking each other. It's not productive. And if you're being bullied, don't take offense to it, especially online. Like, if anything, just block the person. You don't have to deal with them if you don't want to. If social media is giving you such a hard time and everyone's coming at you, delete your account. Like, leave it. Start fresh. Like, that's the cool thing about social media, is you can always start fresh. Or you can just not do it at all. That's an option too. So I think we put so much value on social media and how people treat us and what people think about us, and just gotta let that go. And that's so hard to do. And honestly, the only way I was able to do that was through God. There's a song called Control. It's by 10th Avenue North, I think is their name, the band's name. I don't know. Anyways, it's like, it's one of my favorite Christian songs because it just talks about giving God the control, because we don't have it anyways. Us thinking that we can control things is really just an illusion that we create to try to control things. And it makes us unhappy. And that's essentially what bullying is a lot of the times, is it's this attempt for control. And sometimes if you let people have it, it catches them by surprise. Because I'm going to give that to God. You think I have a mustache, bro? That's fine. I don't care. I honestly believe that we can handle things so much better. We can have fun with the people who are rude to us. We don't have to be mean. We don't have to stoop to their level. We can be smart about it. And I think it's also, when people are being rude to you, it's about dealing with them with grace, never stooping to their level, and maybe even dealing with it factually. Sometimes that helps too. Sometimes that upsets them because you're not giving them what they want. And more than anything, don't resort to cursing in an argument, because if that's the best you can come up with is a bunch of curse words, you've already stooped to their level. You don't sound very intelligent then. I'm not completely against cursing, but if you're sitting in an argument, you just come across as unintelligent. I'm not saying that you are, I'm just saying that's how you come across. So, anywho, those are my 2 stories that I have for you guys. I'm sure I have more about how I handle bullying in a good way. But if you guys are being bullied and you guys ever need some advice, feel free to message me on my notice board on Spoon or through Instagram or whatever. I'm around. I'm here to help. And I love you guys. And Jesus loves you. And just honestly trust in Him. The bullies don't mean anything. So, if you guys like this video, you guys want more of this content, please give it a big thumbs up. I appreciate you guys all, and I will see you soon. Bye.